Hello, I'm Rachel, and my stepmother hated me so much that I had to move out. But let's start from the beginning. My mom died when I was around 3 years old, and it made my dad miserable because he loved her so very much. For years, he was single, not even daring to start dating again. But when I was 14, he met Miley. She sort of looked like my mother, but she wasn't anything like her in terms of character. My dad asked me if it would be okay with them being together, and of course, I said yes, because I wanted him to be happy. Soon, they got married, and Miley moved in with us, together with her son Joshua, who was 11 at the time. At first, everything was all right. My dad and Miley clearly loved each other very much, and Joshua was quite easygoing. I hadn't seen my dad so happy in years. But soon, I started to notice that Miley was manipulating him. She would always make him adapt to her lifestyle, and if she did something wrong, she turned everything around so it was my dad who was at fault. I myself wasn't having any of it, and Miley began to dislike my attitude and started treating me badly, and always blamed me if something went wrong. Even if Joshua did something, it was my fault. For example, she would get angry at me because I didn't wash the dishes, even if there was only one dirty plate and Joshua had eaten from it. It was me who got lectured by Miley, and that's the least of the things she would do or say. At first, my dad tried to defend me, but Miley eventually made him think that she was right and that I was a spoilt and grateful kid. She told him that I was stealing money, which wasn't true, and I don't even know where she got that idea from. By this point, my entire family had turned on me. Miley was as condescending as ever, and if I tried to defend myself, my dad would say, "Don't talk with your mother like that." Of course, I would always answer, "She's not my mother and she never will be," which would make my dad angry. And Joshua listened to all of this and started to see me as a villain too. And Miley did her best to turn him against me as well. Why did Miley do that? She probably didn't like how much attention my father was giving me, which was understandable because I'm his daughter. Ugh! Realizing that Miley had taken over our lives, I tried to talk to my dad, but he wouldn't listen. So I approached my grandparents, explained the situation to them, and asked if I could move in with them. They said yes, as they also disliked Miley very much. I moved out, and both my dad and Miley were happy about it. After a year, it felt like I wasn't even part of that family at all. I would see my father just 2 times a month at best. At worst, we would go for 2 months without seeing each other. One day, he called me and said, "Honey, please come home. I talked with Miley and she is okay with it." Seriously? Miley is okay with it? I rudely answered, "I won't ever step inside that house while she's still there." I expected my dad to call, to apologize, to try to fix things, but it never happened. I understood that he was afraid to be lonely again, and I didn't mind him having a partner, but it wasn't okay how she was treating him. Nothing helped, even when my grandparents tried to talk with him. So I completely gave up on him. 2 years passed, and he was still with her, but he was miserable again. By this point, I felt like my grandparents were my parents, and I had a lot of things going on in my life. My first serious boyfriend, school, and other stuff. One day, I was sitting at a cafe with my boyfriend Mike. We were leaning against each other, enjoying our moment together, when suddenly, my dad saw both of us. He thought that I couldn't see him, but I did see him that day. I saw tears in his eyes. I saw the regret that he had on his face. Initially, I didn't know why he was so emotional to see me like this. But when I reached home, he had come to my grandma's house. He came to pick me and to bring me back to our home. He told me that he saw me with my boyfriend at the cafe today. He said that he felt really bad that he's no longer a part of my life and that he doesn't know the people that are in my life. He said that he was sorry. He told me that no matter if Miley likes it or not, he was taking me home. He further cleared up that if Miley had any problems with it, then she could leave him, but he would no longer live a moment without his daughter anymore. I was so proud of my dad for finally standing up for me. Better late than never. He finally realized his mistake, and it was enough for me to forgive him. I hugged him with delight and returned to my old home sweet home.